This is a very tough problem to solve with an easy solution. Basically, the computer boots as normal upon a cold start, and after a certain while it automatically reboots. I automatically assumed it may be a RAM. Swapping different RAMs resulted in the same issue. Randomly it will reboot at any given time. Initially it will reboot at the login screen for Windows. Now this is running Windows XP, it's regardless of the operating system. It's a common issue on the PCs, and I'm going to assume it's a power supply, and I haven't swapped or tested it yet, and I'll show you what happens when we plug it in. Now this computer has been sitting overnight in a cold environment, so it hasn't been turned on yet, so it may not reboot, and I'll show you what happens, and then we'll go ahead and swap the power supply out and see if we can repeat the problem or not. Here now the system is booting up. It has a SSD in there, so it should boot up quickly, running Windows XP. Usually at this point it will reboot, and for some reason, maybe because the temperature is still cold, it does not reboot. So let's wait a little bit more and see if it reboots. After about 2 minutes it hasn't rebooted, so I'm going to manually turn the computer off or restart it and see if I can repeat the problem. Now the system won't reboot automatically again for about 2 minutes, so I decided to reboot again one more time. Now notice what happened. As it's loading Windows XP, the system actually rebooted. Here we go, you can see it bringing up the login screen, and then it just rebooted and we're back to the post screen. So this is a good sign. Now the problem is repeating. I'm going to swap over the power supply unit and see if that will fix the issue. Now the system booted again. I haven't replaced the power supply yet. Let's see how long it will take before it will crash again. After about 48 seconds, this is what happened. It rebooted again. So definitely there is a hardware physical issue. There is no chance for a blue screen. It automatically reboots. Now I'll install a temporary power supply and see if we can repeat the problem. Now the system is booting, and I'm hoping that it will not reboot. We'll wait a little bit and see what happens. Now it did stay at this screen for about 20 minutes without any issues. Now I definitely suspect it is the power supply. Now I'm actually going to swap the old power supply with the new power supply because we are 100% sure of what the problem is. While the system is booting with the new power supply, I'm going to show you actually what's happened inside the old power supply, see if we can see any fault as to why this is happening. Now I don't recommend opening power supplies at all. It's quite dangerous even though they're off, because there is large capacitors in there which hold a lot of charge, and they can discharge at you if you touch the positive and the negative together on your hand accidentally. let's open up this baby. It's a generic power supply, and I'm assuming it's using crappy capacitors. And I'll try and focus on the camera. There's actually 4 capacitors here that are bulged. I'll use a little tool to show you, and there's no point in replacing them. It's cheaper to replace with a new power supply. And thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to support this channel.